Today, you will learn how to use OneNote. OneNote is a note taking software developed by Microsoft. It has been in use for years. You can find yourself in maybe a conference or a meeting and you need to take some points down. OneNote can help you do that so easily. So, follow me as I put you through on how you can use this software in this video. Okay, first, let's talk about how you can access OneNote. On this PC, it runs Windows 11. So if you are a Windows 11 user or Windows 10 user, know that OneNote is already pre-installed on that device. Okay, so for you to access it, just come to this search section and click, and then type OneNote. It shows up in the search result as the best match, so select it for it to open. That is one way you can access OneNote. Another way you can access OneNote is through the web. So open your web browser. So here I'm using Microsoft Edge, so I'll click on it for it to open. As your browser opens, visit onenote.com. Okay, this opens an interface that looks like this. But if you're just accessing it for the first time, the system will require that you log in. So log in with your Microsoft account details. If you have OneDrive or Microsoft 365, you automatically have account with Microsoft, or you use Microsoft Word or Excel, the latest version. So you already have account with Microsoft. So sign in with your Microsoft email address and the password. You'll be landed on an interface that looks like this. But here I'm signing out automatically because I saved my login details here. Okay. So if you're a Linux user or Mac user, you can access OneDrive directly from the web. Okay. If you're a Mac user, there's another way you can access OneNote. All you need to do is open the App Store, then search for OneNote and get it installed on your device. You can also access OneNote on mobile devices. If you're an Android user or an iPhone user, get to the App Store or Play Store and get that installed and start making use of it. But here we are going to be using the desktop version. So without wasting much time, let's just open it as I have done before. So I'll click on here for it to show up. For the desktop user, this is the first interface you will see. Here you can see some tabs: File, Home, Insert, Draw, History, Review, View, and Help. If you're a user of Microsoft Word, you will see that these tabs are closely related to what we have in Microsoft Word as well as in Excel. Okay, so when you click on each of these tabs, you can see some options. Just like as I clicked on File, you can see some options here. So let me get back. If you click on Home, you can see some commands that will allow you to perform some actions. Here you can see these ones are not selectable because at this point we have not created any notes, so it's normal. But by the time we create notes, we can be able to work with any of these commands. Likewise, insert contains some commands. Draw, you can use to draw on the note. History, you can use to track the history of the activities carried out here. Then review allows you to review what you have in your notes. For example, you want to check spelling, we want to find the words that are closer or similar in meaning to a selected word in the notes. Okay, lookup allows you to search for things as well as check accessibility, translate language, password, and so many other options. Here we have view. View allows you to view your notes differently, the contents of the note. You can see dock to desktop, full page view, normal view, which is the default view. Okay, in the Notes app, we have tabs, layouts. We have immersive reader that helps you to read the content of the notes effectively. Okay, and so many other commands. We have help, okay, which allows you to get help from Microsoft. Maybe you need show training, you want to be trained, or you need help, maybe contact support, or you want to give feedback. All right, so any of them. will serve. So let's get back to home. Okay, now let's look at this. We have an option named My Notes here by default. All right. So we can, under this My Notes, we can start creating a new section. Okay, let me come in here. There are some terms you need to know in Notebook. We have sections and we have pages. Okay, a notebook contains both sections and pages. If you, for example, now you purchased 60 leaves notebook, it is made up of pages. Okay, so as you create content in your exercise book, you can add more pages. More pages already exist in there, so you can have some content in each of the pages. But here, when you want to have a new page, you add it in the notebook. Then sections can be different departments in that exercise book. For example, you have a notebook, and in the notebook you divide it into different departments. We have section for mathematics, English, physics, art. So those departments are sections in notebook. So understand it that way for you to know what these terms stand for. So here, let's create our first note. We don't want to work with this default my notebook. So let's create a new one. So I'll click on file. As you click on file, you will see some options. So let's go for new. Okay, we want a new notebook. So here, notebook name, add a name to this notebook. You can see here now OneDrive. What this thing implies is that any notes you're creating here is automatically saved in OneDrive. OneDrive is a cloud storage service by Microsoft. So anything you are adding on these notes you are creating here is automatically backed up on OneDrive. If you visit onedrive.com, you see a copy of the content. So let's give this a name. So let's say this is YouTube titles. Okay. Okay. So even as we are creating this title, we can change it anytime we want to do so. Okay. Click on the option Create Notes. Here it says your notebook has been created. Would you like to share it with other people? Not now. So we click on not now option. But if you want to invite people, just click on invite people and a new window will show up. Then follow the on-screen guide. So not now. Okay. Good. Now we have a new notebook we call YouTube titles. All right. Okay, let's say I want to have a heading here that I call it January YouTube videos. All right. So YouTube titles. Okay, so this gives me idea of what to create in January. Then after that, I'll have another page. Maybe I'll call it February and the rest. Okay. Okay, so after adding the heading, January YouTube title, okay, titles. So press the enter key of your keyboard. So this jumps you to this next line for you to have your content here. Okay, it's like the body of the notebook. So here I want to have some of my general videos. Okay, one of them is how to use Microsoft Word. After adding the first on the list, I'll press the enter key. So I'll jump to the next line. Then I can have how to use Excel. All right. Then I'll press the enter key. Then the next title I want to create in January is how to use PowerPoint. Then press the enter key. Then jump to the next line. Let's say I want to create how to use Outlook. Okay. Okay, so these are the titles I want to work on in the month of January. Okay, let's say January 2024. So 2024. Okay, so YouTube titles. Because January can be a lot, okay? It can be 2021 to 2023. So here let's correct this. Outlook. Good. All right, so I have these are the titles I want to work on in that particular month. Okay, now that I have created the titles I want to work on in the month of January, we now need to, I want to introduce to-do list so that anytime I complete a particular task, I will then check the box. Okay, so for you to, the first step is to select all the text, and to select a text, just take your cursor to one end, maybe the last word, Then press and hold on the left button of your mouse and then drag up. So here I'm done selecting everything. So after the selection, you can see here, this is tag. Okay, tag as to do. So I will click here. Then this has introduced the to-do list. So anytime I complete a particular task, a particular video, I'll come and check the bars. Okay. So I will know that I have these other ones to work on. On this same notes or page, you can decide to work on another section here. So for example, okay, this is about Microsoft 365 area. So maybe you want to create another title in the same month of January, and you want to have them in this part of page, this particular section. So click here. Okay, so once you click here, you can start adding your titles as well. So let's say here I want to work on Google Docs. Okay, Google Docs, Google Sheets. So you have enough space on this page to have anything you want to have on it. All right, Google Sheets. Then let's say I want to talk about Google Drive as well in this month. All right. So I'm now taking notes of what I want to do using this software. So here I'm done with the list, and maybe I want to drag this to be under this place. You can do that, okay? So take your cursor here, press and hold on the left button of your mouse, and then drag it to a new direction of your choice, a new position, okay? So I have it here as well. So in my own mind, I know that these are the topics I want to work on. First, I'll work on the contents of Microsoft 365, and after that, I will create videos on these ones. Okay, so this is contained in this page. Now, take for example, I want to add a new page under this news. Okay, so on this new page, I may say, okay, February titles. So I'll click on Add Page. Once you click on Add Page, you will have a new interface that looks like this. But know that all these are still under the YouTube titles notebook. So here, let me call this February 2024 titles. Okay, YouTube titles. So this is February 2024 YouTube titles. Okay, so after that, you can click here to start creating the body section of this. So let me now start typing the titles I want to create in February. So first is how to create flyer. Second is how to design poster. The third, there's a mistake here. So I'll click on that and make the changes. The third is how to design book cover. All right, so I want us to now format this second page, okay, using the tools made available in the Home tab. So I will select everything here. After the selection, click on Home. Then you can see one of the options here is font. So if I want to change this font from Calibri to another one, I can click there and may select this. Okay, you can see now the font has been changed. If I want to change the font size, I can select something different here. So I'm going with 12 here. If I want to make it darker, I can click on that. Okay, you can see now the bold button. If I want to italicize this, if I want to underline this, if I want to strike through this, but I don't have any need to strike through this. So I will undo that by clicking on this strike through command again. So if I want to maybe change the color, so I'll click here and then select a new color of my choice. So let's go for this. It's cool. Or let me go for something that is close to green. Good. Okay. So if I want to highlight, I can click here and then highlight color. So these are other commands you can work with or you can select to make changes on the text. So these are how you can add more than one page on a notebook. So we have created two notes inside this YouTube title notebook. All right, I hope that's understood. Okay, I want to walk you through quickly on how to find out a particular location where your notes you are creating are saved in either your PC or your OneDrive. Okay, now I first created this title, this notebook that I called YouTube titles. So when you get your cursor there, you can see under it, you can see the name YouTube titles, and you can see the location where this is being saved automatically on OneDrive. You can see OneDrive. From OneDrive, we have personal. From personal, we have documentary. Are you getting it? Documentary, okay? If I'm not mistaken. So this shows you that when you visit OneDrive.com and you get to a folder called documentary, you will see this file there. Okay, can we do it practically? Okay, let's experiment. But before then, let's get to this other default note that comes with this application. Here now, if you're creating anything under this default notebook, they call my notebook. Okay, it comes with this application. So you will see that where this one is saved is in the PC. That's is saved locally. So when you get to documents, then get to a particular folder called OneNote notebooks. You will see this file here. So maybe if you are creating content under this particular section, under this particular notebook, but here we are not creating any content inside of it. So our interest here is on the first one we initiated by ourselves, which we call YouTube titles. So let's get to OneDrive and see if this file is really updated there. So I will open my web browser, then I'll visit onedrive.com and log in if I'm not logged in automatically. Okay. Okay, we are here on the home page. And remember, we are told that this is saved under a special format, a special folder they call documentary. So I'll click on it. Ah, you see, we have our notes here. So this is our YouTube titles. Okay, so when we click on that, we see more of it fully. So the program is correct. So let's get back to our OneNote and continue working on what we're working on. Okay, so we have this notebook we call YouTube titles. All right. So we have two pages here. We have January 2024 YouTube titles and we have February 2024 YouTube titles. Now let's have a section inside these YouTube titles. Okay, so the first where we have all these things is under section one. This section one, are you getting it? That's why we have all these other the two pages. It's created automatically. But here we want to create a new section. And in that new section, I want to list the tools we'll be using to create these video contents. Okay, so we start with January and we go for February for after that. Okay, but because of time, let's focus on January. Okay, so I'll click on new section. So in this new section, I want to have it as tools for January video titles. Okay, so I have this as my first page, tools for January video titles. The first heading under the second section, the section two. Okay, so I'll press the enter key. So the tools we need here mainly because under January we want to work on two major sections of two major areas of videos. One is Microsoft 365 applications, and two is Google Workspace. So the major tools we need here is Microsoft 365 suite. Okay, so we need to subscribe for this suite for us to be able to create that those particular videos. Two is Google Workspace suite. And see now, we have under this new section 2, we have to know that these are the tools we need for us to do the job we want to do for January video creation. Okay, so this gives us help us get prepared to subscribe for these programs for us to be able to work on those videos, to create those videos effectively. So if I don't have it at the moment, I will go make the purchase, okay, by subscribing. So let's now work on some use some things. We're almost done actually, but I want to guide us on how to use some of the commands made available in each of the tabs. Okay, so we have the inserts. Okay, so here we can insert table. Let's, for example, want to use table to, explain some things. Click on the table, then move your cursor down to how where you want to have the table. You can see we have now 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 rows and 4 columns. So we can start entering what we want to have here. So for example, now names. Maybe I want to offer a course and I want to have my student's name, school fee status or fee status. Okay. Yeah. So as I'm entering, the the text is being adjusted automatically so I can have the rest here. Okay, so that's for explanation purpose, but here I don't need anything like this. I'll select them and then press the backspace. It's gone. Okay, backspace key. All right, so under insert we still have some other thing in insert space. File attachment. Maybe you want to attach a file to explain more on the content of your notes. You can use the attach file option. So I'll click on here. So once I click on here, automatically the file explorer of my PC opens. Okay, so I can get to maybe here downloads or anywhere at all and then get the file I want to insert on this note. Okay, so let's say I want to attach this file, this PDF file. So I'll click on that and click on insert. Okay, it says I should select an option, attach file or insert printout, attach file. Okay, so this file is now attached here. This is how you can attach file to your note. All right, still have insert. We have other options. We want to attach picture to explain a particular thing. You can go with pictures. So I want to attach spreadsheet file or page templates or time and date or symbol or equation. So it has a lot you can attach here. So which allows you to insert pictures in your notebook. For example, if I want to use pictures to explain something, I can click on the pictures command. This gives me some options from file, from camera, from online. Okay. So when you select from files, this opens the file explorer of your PC. Then you pick a picture you want to insert from there. Then from camera allows you to use the camera of your computer to take maybe a picture of your face and then insert it in this notes. Okay, then the from online allows you to source picture from the internet. All right, so better let's work with from file. So I'll click on that. This automatically opens the file explorer of my PC. So what you need to do is to navigate to a folder where the picture you want to use is saved. So here I want to use this. I'll click on that and click on insert. You can see this beautiful picture is now inserted in this note. Okay, so you can decide to reshape it by clicking on it and then pressing and holding on the left button of your mouse and then drag. All right, so until you get the shape you want and then you can reposition it. All right, so let's go to draw. Draw allows you to draw on your notes. Okay, so if you want, maybe you want to use this let's say ink to draw, you can just click on that and then press and hold on the left button of your mouse and then draw what you want to have. Okay. All right, so you can see when I selected the draw tool, um it allowed me to draw something here. You can see the shape, but here I want to exit from the drawing mode. Okay, so for you to exit from the drawing mode, just get here and then click on this and you have exited from the drawing mode. Okay, so let's get to another tab. So which other tab do we get to now? History gives you history of some things on the notes. Then review. Okay, so spelling allows you to check the spelling of what you have in your notes. For example, if I click here, it will run say the spelling check is completed, meaning that it didn't detect any fraud here. So I will click on this to close it. Then let's still get to the review and check some other things. We have this thesaurus, which allows you to find a word that is closer in meaning or similar in meaning to a particular word. So let's see how we use it first. Let me click here and select suit. Once selected, then I will click the review and then click on this option. You can see suit now, it has given me some words that are closer in meaning to it. It says set, you have group, you have collections. Okay. So let's see if we can do another thing under this review tab. Okay. We have smart lookup, which allows you say search for definitions, images, web pages, and other results. So let's say click on that. Then it opens here. So maybe we want to search for a particular word. Okay, the suit has been selected, so it search for suit and gives us the meaning. We have view. So when we click on this view, normal view is selected by default. If you want to maybe have full page view, or click on this, you can see now this has shown in full page. Nothing else is showing here. We are not seeing any other applications on this PC. It displays everything in full page. Okay, so if we want to exit this mode, just come to this section and click on normal. All right, so we have returned to how we were before. So let's still go back to the view. We can see some other options, immersive reader, which allows us to read the content of this notes effectively. Okay, you can see now this have now allowed us to read through what we have here. Okay, just the text. The images are skipped. Okay, so just read in a way that you will understand everything. Okay, or you can use this to play, or you can use this to change the voice settings. Okay, maybe you play it and it's reads what is on the note. It reads it for you. All right, but we don't have that time, so let's exit by clicking on this arrow. We are back to normal. So these are just how you can use your OneNote effectively. Okay, so it's simple. The more you get acquainted to the program, the more you understand how it works. I believe this gives you clear knowledge or clear idea on how you can use this software contained in Microsoft 365. Thank you. I hope you find this guide helpful. Please, if it does help, consider subscribing to my channel so that whenever I publish new videos on technology or software, you get notifications on them and you come back and learn. Okay? Many things in our world of today revolve around technology, so get as much as you can to grow in the skill of tech is very necessary. All right? Okay, hit that like button for me for this video to go viral. Please hit it, hit that like button, okay? It's very necessary. If you want to support this channel, you can do so, okay? You can check for buy me a coffee link in the description and buy me a coffee if you want to, all right? Because I need to take coffee. You can watch this video to learn more on technology. See you next time.